Welcome to the Whole Bucket. I am Cheryl. This is my YouTube channel, and this is my first attempt at December Daily and December. I'm really nervous about this one. Okay, so it's day 12. We're doing lace and postcard, and I have some stuff, and I have a vague idea, which is never good. You really, if you want an idea, you want more than vague, right? But, oh, I don't know. We'll see, people. We'll see. But we're going to do this the same as we've been doing. So the first thing we need to do is move this out of the way. Take a look at what I'm using today. I have a new Lavinia stamp. I got a few of them because they were on sale. And I love Lavinia stamps so much. I can't really get them very often. But I finally got this one. And I think we're going to use it. And I have this leftover piece of green mulberry paper. And here is my postcard. It is a little fairy baby postcard. And my paper, and then I did finally reach Barbara 49 Dragonflies paper, and yeah, that's what we're going to use for today. I also have a couple of acrylic drawers that I pulled right there that hold my lacy kind of scraps. So I have the supplies ready. I have an idea, sort of, but I don't know how this is going to come together. I do know that regardless of all other things, we do need today's tea. So we're on day 12 for tea. And let's see what flavor we're going to get. Seasonal siesta. Oh, nappy time tea. Okay, that's great because I'm filming this at night. And, you know, maybe it'll make me sleepy for bedtime. I don't know. But let's get it steeping in any case. Smells yummy. All right, let's get it in the water. There we go. I'm dripping water everywhere. As per usual, I guess. That's what I do. Make a mess. And we'll put these up. I'm saving all the tea bags and tea boxes for something. I don't know what. We'll do something with them later. And we're going to pick a cookie to go with. And I'm going to cheat and put that one back. So I'm assuming this is orange flavored. And I put the last one back because it was the same one I had last time. And I mean, there are doubles in there, so it's going to happen, but not right in a row. I don't want it right in a row, you know? All right. So, let's get busy on this. So, right off the bat, one of the things I want to do with this postcard is trim it. It is a little bit yellowed on the edges and a little bit stained on the edges because it's getting old at this point, which I don't mind, and I kind of am not happy about cutting it off, but it's uneven and it's a little bigger than I want it to be for my particular book. So, all other feelings aside, I'm going to trim it. And I'm going to do it without looking. I'm going to trim down each side the same distance from whatever text or graphic is on whatever side. And I'm going to see what we end up with. This is kind of like living on the edge. Taking everything as it comes. Okay, what did we get? Well, we got side to side uneven and top to bottom uneven. And let's see. Well, if I do that, I'm going to cut the stamp short. This looks uneven no matter what I do. You know why? Because this card is printed uneven. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to do it equal from the picture on the front, and whatever gets chopped off the back gets chopped off the back. How's that for an attitude? Yeesh. Some of the stamp part is going to get chopped off. I might have to put a new one on. I got a straight line that time though. That's good. Yeah, I got much more straighter lines that time. Okay, what do we got here? That's a much more even border. It's not perfect still, but that's better. It still says postcard. That's something. All right, we'll take that. There's our little fairy baby. Fairy baby. I am going to use Wilted Violet and outline this card. I don't know what else will happen to this card, but I do know that I'm going to make a big fat mess. That's not going to come all the way off. I may have to purple the rest of the frame. In fact, let's just do it. Oh no, I'm purpling the whole frame. And then I will purple all the way around, I guess. This is interesting. I don't think I've ever done this before. One of my favorite things about making things for junk journals or journals in general is that I often make mistakes, just like you just saw me make right there. And I have to figure out how to make it a feature. Because things will happen just like happened there. My hand will jump, and all of a sudden I did something I didn't intend, and I've made a mess of something. I've colored something, or I've cut something that I didn't intend, and then I have to figure out how to make it legit, which is, you know, a lot of times pretty funny. Let's take a purple piece of paper and our water spray and spray the edges. But the last thing I want on this is perfection, so let's get it watered and moving and reacting and all that jazz. Definitely made that happen. Good job. Okay. Okay. I'm getting it to move around a little bit without puddling, trying to get those puddles to wiggle. Did the puddles wiggle? They did. All right, it's got quite a glare. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get rid of that. No, that didn't make it better. That made it worse. That also made it worse. Whoa. Hi there. That would be called smack your camera when you don't intend to. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't know how to get rid of the glare. Hold everything at an angle like that, apparently. Someday, guys, someday, I'll get great lighting and I'll stop hitting my camera. Until then, we'll just have to deal with it. All right, good enough. So our little fairy baby postcard is trimmed and edged in purple. And then I'm going to take blue and do the same thing, sort of. Hopefully without the mistakes. Because I really just do want a line on the edge of the blue. It's gonna bleed in a little bit because it's wet. I don't mind that. That's actually kind of cool. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Yep. Can you see that? How it's bleeding in just a tiny bit from the water I put on there. Oh, and I slipped. So now I gotta add a little more. Okay. That is all I want to do on this postcard for now, because I really just don't know what else I want to do with this postcard. You know what? I don't think the glare is nearly as bad when I work on a puppy pad. So let's pull one out and give it a try and see what happens. Yep, not nearly as bad. Okay. So, there is our little baby fairy card. And that's going to sit aside and dry while we do some other things. So, I wanted to work directly in the book, I think. And I wanted to create a pocket out of this paper. Oh, I forgot. Animal of the day. Mouse. Okay. I want to create a pocket for this card. And this fairy. And this green. Gosh, I just have too much going on for this one, I think. Just way too much going on. Oops, 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 oops. There we go. So I like the paper and the card. I like the mulberry paper and the postcard. Okay, I think if I do it like that, I'll like it. So I was thinking I was going to do a full-length narrow pocket lined with the green and the fairy on top. That seems like a little too much. But if I do a background of the printed paper with the pocket made of the mulberry paper with the stamp on it, I think I like that. I'll explain as I go. I apologize, peeps. I really do. First things first, you know what? First things first, let's stamp this fairy on this paper and see what happens. If I don't get a good clear print, I'm going to have to do something different anyway. So, and I don't really know, is this what direction? Yeah, this is what direction it'll go. Okay. Look how pretty she is. sitting on a nice branch. And what I'm gonna do is try to get her near the top. So we're gonna make it kind of seem like the baby fairy is looking up at the other fairy. All right. I kind of want a lot of ink. I'm gonna make my tea and cookies fall over. All right, I got a lot of ink. So here goes nothing or everything. Let's see how this goes, guys. Okay. All right. Again, just like day 11s and day 10s, I'm trying to do stuff to learn silhouettes. I am not doing a great job at learning silhouettes. I think it's clearly something I could do better at. Oh, and that is not a clear stamp at all. I wonder if what I wanted was a firmer foundation. All right, we're going to try this again. I'll try it on a different piece of... Will this go? Sure it will. Okay, we're going to try it on a different piece of mulberry paper. And we'll try it, well, just about like that. And I got to try it without the puppy pad. All right, let's re-ink this. Oh my, that didn't work at all. I hope this does. Ready? There. Oh, that's hurting my arm. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. I can see exactly where it's not going to contact because I have an air bubble. And actually a few of them. So you know what? I'm gonna stand up and try to push hard enough to get past the air bubble. All right. I don't know if I did or didn't. Ready? Oh. I mean, it's better, I guess. All right. All right, so I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not thrilled with this, but I don't hate it either. First thing I'm going to do is grab this ruler and tear down. Actually, what happens if I might cut her wings off, poor fairy, because I want the branch to be going off the page. And I think I want to make sure it's even. So I think I'm going to tear this right here. By the way, if you have a cork-backed ruler like the one I'm using right here and you're using it as a tearing ruler, use it upside down. That raised edge will not do you any favors in the tearing department. If you didn't already know that. I think most people probably already did. I learned it the hard way. And then I'm going to fold over this front edge just to give some weight to this pocket. Edge, the pocket edge, because when you take things out and put things in a pocket often, it can just get so much wear and tear, right? So I'm going to add some weight to that, and we're going to glue that edge down quick. Go. And now I'll show you what I want to do. So, fairly simple project for today, I think. All right, my camera's too close. Back it up there a little bit. And we're going to find a page. And I want it to go on the outside edge of a page. So maybe even right here. I know that's going to cover up that tab a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So if I put this right here, as a tuck spot, then the baby tucks right in here, and indeed is looking up at the fairy sitting in the branch. I kind of love that. The part that's making me not commit is that this is a lovely tea-dyed paper for writing on, and maybe we just want to keep that, and maybe what would be kind of more fun is if I put the fairy, this is what I had decided to do and then decided not to do. And now I'm deciding that maybe I should do it, is make a pocket like this, right? Have the baby looking up. And then maybe I make this whole pocket a flip out on a page. And maybe I use the lace that is also part of today's prompt to use as the hinge part for folding this out. I think that's what I'm doing. So let me see. First, let's make this pocket. Okay. And I think I'm going to make it multi-layered, kind of like I have it in my grubby little paws, so that it's not only a fold out, but it's also a fold open. So let's grab the glue, and right here, this edge right here, and all the way down. And I'm not going to do the bottom because we're going to cut the bottom off to be even with the page, and then I'll glue it once it's cut to the right size. All right, this is the folded edge, and I'm going to glue this right on the edge, right on it. Okay. Whoops, off the camera again. So we have our fairy sitting in the tree, and we've made a simple pocket, and the baby tucks in right there. I'm gonna need to trim this a little bit because it won't fit in the page unless I do. So let's pull this over and trim it with everybody in there and together. Need enough space to pull that out though, don't we? Let's do it at 5 inches. Okay. And then let's see where we're going to need to trim it to put it in the book, on whatever page we end up putting it on, which is likely to be one of these pages, one of these packing paper pages. Or, oh, that'll do. What if we put it right here? We're going to want to trim the bottom. I must have a pen or a pencil. I'm a paper artist, for crying out loud. Right there. So we'll give us a little bit of framing space on the top and the bottom. And again, let's do this right when, right when everybody is all put together. No mistakes. Put the baby way down there. Okay. So now we have the right size, I believe. I have the ribbons from the book holding on to me. And I'm going to glue, now I'm going to glue this bottom edge right here. Because we have now determined the size of the page, the size of the pocket. And let's make sure we don't glue it shut, because the intent is to have it to fold open. Okay, so this is the pocket and a journaling section. This is my fairy sitting on a branch that I'm not thrilled with, but I don't know what else to do with at the moment. And this is my baby fairy postcard that just tucks into the pocket. This whole thing, I think, is going to flip out. Now, let's see if we can find, I think that's too thin of a piece of lace. It does look kind of cool there, but I think it's too thin. This is thick enough, but it sure doesn't look very nice. That is totally the wrong attitude. I'm actually going to keep this out here, just in case. Here is another lovely piece, but very narrow. It's hard to see on that white background, isn't it? Here is something that could be treated more like a hinge if I had more than one. Wonder if I have more than one of that. I do. Right here. I could cut this off. Or I could use this whole thing. That's a bit much though, isn't it? That's a bit much, but this little thing by itself isn't. It covers the fairy and the wings a little too much. I don't know that I'm going to do this, but I am going to take a closer look. So if I did this and used it like a hinge, oh, that's really thick. That doesn't fold very nice though. Wow. Okay, maybe that's a problem. So that would go on there. Whether it likes it or not. Wow, it looks nice, but that is really tough to fold. That is really tough. Okay, let's try something else. We will try something different. What else have we got? We could do a flower for a hinge. One, two, three. Yeah, no matter what I do, one petal will be split. So it would be like that, and then I need another one. Do I have another one of these? I do not. Okay, so this isn't even a possible. I have a weird heart thingy for a hinge. That actually kind of looks like a hinge. Do I have another one of those? I do. Oh, it's on here. Okay, so it's part of this. So I could cut another one off for sure. Let's try that. Let's try cutting this other heart shape out and using it for a hinge. Okay, so now the idea here, oh, and look what I've done. I have wrecked the fairy's branch. Oh, fail. I don't know, guys. I think I'm not doing this one very good. So with some clamps and some good glue, that might work around a page. That might work. And then you have a pocket with a card and a flip open and a flip over, and then you would have the page here. That's a lot of extra journaling space. That's pretty good, right? I like it. I think I like this lighter, more whimsical sort of lace better though. And I think I would like it better if it was blue or purple, like the paper and the flowers. So, you know what? I'm going to drag this through the blue ink and see what happens, because we might like this best. So I'm going to get all blue if I do it that way. I think I'll just do this here. Ready? Not very graceful. All right, there we go. It's working though. I know you can't really see it totally yet, but getting on the underside, right? Oh, I think this might be good, guys. I think this might be good. Okay. Okay. Okay, hang on. Come on. And then we got to get this end. Okay, I'm not eliminating the blue that I am going to be when I'm done, but I am at least limiting the blue I'm gonna be when I'm done. All right, ready? Look at this. I think I like it. I think I like it. It's got nice varied colors. Now here's the thing. Do I dare spray it with water? Is it gonna just make it too even? I don't know what it's doing. It looks like it's doing something. It looks like it's doing something. Something. I don't think it's making it too even though. The question I'm having now that I'm looking at the lace and the paper off to my side is that, is this now too blue? Did I ruin it, guys? Because I was liking it for a minute there, and now look. Is that just too blue? Oops, now I'm off camera. Come down here. There we go. Is that just too blue? It is, isn't it? It's too blue. Gosh darn it all. Gosh darn it. Okay, now I'm going to spray it more, and then I'm going to tip it over and try to soak some up. Because it is Distress ink, so it should react and you know, it should bleach out a little bit, and it should definitely loosen up and come out a little bit. And I think instead of adding purple, I'm going to pull out a completely different color, and we're going to add a little bit of a different color to this to get it a little less blue and a little more purple to match the papers better. But rather than adding a dark purple, rather than adding any purple specifically, I'm going to pull out another favorite Distress Oxide color. Vintage, oh no, Victorian Velvet. Not Vintage Velvet, Victorian Velvet. I think I'll use the same little trick. Pull it through. Use its own cover. This should add some aging. It should add some purplish. It should add some pinkish. It should add some dustiness. All right, let's see what this did. Well, it looks dusty, all right. I'm gonna spray it some more. See what happens and see if I like it better on the page. This page is gonna get soaking wet if I keep doing this. I should have just gone directly with purple, guys. Oops. Oops. It still matches better though. It definitely matches better. And you know what? I think it's going to dry lighter than it is. So I am going to pause right here for a bit of dry time. I'll be back. All right. Dry time is pretty done. Except not in the middle of the mat. I melted a bunch of the mat. That was interesting. You should probably be careful when your art project starts smoking. You know, unless you're doing wood burning, that's really not a great treat. We're just going to grab another puppy pad and put it down. It's not like it won't get used, you know? It's going to get used no matter what. So, let's find a place in the book to put this. I definitely want it on a packaging paper page. Let's back up a little bit more so we can have a little bit more space to work. There, that's better. I believe that's better. Yeah, that's better. And we're gonna find a packaging paper page. Give it some more weight. Give it some backing. Make it all fancy. I think maybe. I think it's still too wide. Look at that. It is. We need to do another chunk off of this thing. Okay. We need to do another chunk off of this side. And I'm gonna do daring a chunk. I can't do a chunk off this side, can I? Because that's the folded side. Well, rats and cats, because I would like this fairy repositioned, but I can't do that. So I'll see if that's enough. Let's find that page again. We'll see if that was enough space to put this page, and then we can still tuck in the baby, and we can. All right, that's better. So here's what I want to do. I want to start on the opposite page, and let's get a clip to hold our book open, because it's not going to cooperate totally here. I'm going to put a super thin bead of glue down the straight edge of this lace. There we go. And we're going to glue that right on the edge of this paper and central as I can. And I screwed it up already. Yikes. Okay. Okay, good enough. We're calling it good enough. And let me press it down. I can't leave it like that. It'll glue the pages together. But we're going to press it down into the lace anyway, and then make sure I separate it. Because we're going to glue our pages together by accident. Alright, let's get that extra glue off of there. Alright. So this is supposed to end up being a book of ideas. And I've done a lot of experimenting with the Ephemerimber so far. And I think that it is going to end up being a book of ideas. So not everything is turning out great or perfect, but I'm learning stuff. And I definitely am coming up with ideas I wouldn't normally come up with if I wasn't challenged by the Ephemerimber prompts. it's just stuff I wouldn't do, you know. So I think before, gosh, this video is getting long again. I apologize. But before I glue the rest of the hinge on, I want to put some color in the fairy wing. Let's give her some purple in her wings. And I'm going to try to be quick about this. I'm going to try to be quick. Let's put some purple in there. Let's put some raspberry pink in there because I love raspberry. I'm not coloring in the lines very well because I can't really see what I'm doing. Misbehaving eyes tonight, really. That's all right. That's all right. I think it'll still look pretty good. Let's just do that. That's pretty good right there. Okay, some raspberry, and let's go with this bronze color because it's one of my favorites in here. I don't know how well this will go, but I need to figure out how to buy just this bronze gel pen because I love it so much. Actually, it's this bronze and one other green color in this set are just almost all used up because I love them so much. Okay, and looks like one more color will fit, and it just happens to be screaming out at me right there, so I'm going to use this darker blue purple. She just really needed some sparkle on these wings. It's true. It's true. Oh, there's a little tiny dot right there that could do some purple. And then she has an outline on each one too. So I can do, oh gosh, I see a couple of options here. Let's do a glitter blue, just because I want to see what comes out. If we do a thin enough line, does the glitter still show? Yeah, it really does. Okay, almost done with the coloring, folks. I'm gonna leave it at this for right now. I do believe that I will come back and fix the fairy and the tree because I did so bad at stamping. That she's not very well defined, and the tree just kind of broke the layers of the mulberry paper. And part of it's missing now, so I will fix that. But I don't think I'm going to do it right now. Because, as usual, my video is getting very long. And I don't want it to do that. I don't want it to get too crazy. And let's get this glued into place. And we'll see the end project for today. I am just going to put a dot of glue in the middle of each one of these lobes and fold each one over. And where are they? Right here. I don't know how this is going to go because I think I'm going to end up gluing the lace to the popsicle stick. But in order to get some adhesion down, I'm going to try this anyway. I'm going to fold these over with the popsicle stick and hold them down with some clamps. And I need a popsicle stick on each side. There's one, and underneath there's the other one. So the trick will be give it enough time to be adhered, but not enough time to be permanent on the stick. So let's set this aside, and we need a little dry time. So let's find out what seasonal siesta, is that what it was called? Yeah, seasonal siesta and a bright orange cookie are like. Oh, I don't need to open it. Why do I always do that? Well, there's almost no color to this tea. It's kind of black actually, which kind of, I don't know if you guys saw the last one, but it was an intriguing tea for dyeing paper too, and now this one is too. This might be good for dyeing paper. You'd get a greenish gray color. Okay, do you know how some herbal teas are very earthy? I didn't think seasonal siesta would be earthy, but this tastes a little bit like dirt. I mean, it looks a little bit like dirt. And it tastes a little bit like dirt. Huh. Not what I expected at all. Can it taste like dirt in a good way? I don't know. It tastes like grass with dirt. It tastes like grass with dirt. What kind of cookie is that? Okay. I believe that is chocolate orange, which makes sense by the colors. That is not very good either. My tea and cookies today is kind of disappointing. I don't think I need to. I ate all but one little bite, but I don't need to eat any more of that. The second bite was even an accident. I'm not sure what I think of dirt tea. I guess I'll let it steep longer and see what happens. It just says 2 to 3 minutes. It's been in there for half an hour. So, certainly long enough. I don't know what to tell you, peeps. I do not recommend seasonal siesta tea. Let's see our end product and call this video good, because we're heading on an hour and this is ridiculous. I shouldn't be allowed to videotape anything. So the card goes in there. And all we've done with the card is line the outside and trim it to this size. So that's very unembellished. And then we hinged the fairy. Aha! Whoops. All right. It's kind of a trick page. Okay, so here's how it ends up looking. You're on this page and you turn the page and there's how it looks. Got the fairy baby postcard hanging out in his little pocket. And this flips open, and it flips open. There we go. And then it flips out. It flips out and it flips open. It needs to dry. I'm not thrilled with the mulberry paper. A different choice would have been better, I think. The stamping of the fairy was not that great. I will fix her. I have some ideas, but I won't do that on camera. Perhaps I will show what happened to the fairy at the start of tomorrow's video. That could be a thing. All right, thank you for joining me. This is Defemberember Day 12, and please leave comments, suggestions, ideas, and give me a like if you wouldn't mind. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you tomorrow for Day 13 of Defemberember.